Yes, I can.
Nice to hear you again. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay, and can you please tell me what did you do today?
I just went to school today.
And how was it?
I think this is pretty normal.
Okay, did you study something new?
Yeah, the whole purpose of going to school to study something new.
Okay, and what did you study?
Like, I don't know what to say, but I think just study new knowledge. I don't know what to say that.
Okay, which subject now is more interesting for you that you used to have that you're having now comparing to last year? Which subject for you, for example, can be really interesting now?
I think that is like English. It's like I see it.
Okay, now we will start. Okay, before we start, okay, so just a little reminder. So we will have classes today. We will
Yeah.
have classes on Thursday and Friday.
Yes.
Okay, can we, because I have one wedding on Saturday. Okay, this is the last time that I will ask you to have a class next week instead of Saturday. Can we have a class instead of Saturday to have on Monday or Tuesday? You choose.
I think that I choose neither of those.
Mhm,
Instead, then we can go up to the next week.
mhm.
Today is Tuesday, so we're gonna have a class. I think this time next week.
This time next week. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
So we will have, okay, this time next week. Now, so instead of Saturday, we will have on Tuesday. Okay, no
Yes.
problem. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so we will start. We have here this lesson. Uh, okay, so we have here one man's trash. Okay, so that means for one man, something can be trash, and for the other man, can be something valuable, something that is, let's say, important. Did you ever heard something like this? Did you ever heard, for example, that something is for one man is a trash, and for some other people, this is something that is really important?
So I think these things are like built out of trash, and it's actually symbolized. I
Mhm.
haven't seen anyone in Vietnam ever done this before.
No, you didn't understand. Okay, so for example, for me, something can be trash, and for you, something can be valuable. Uh, for example, okay, so not in these pictures. Now, something that okay, I think it's nothing special, but for you it's very special. That doesn't mean that that is a trash. That can be, for example, something that is not trash. For example, this is the cup. Okay,
Yeah.
cup. Okay, so this cup doesn't mean anything to me, but it means a lot of to you.
Yeah.
So, okay, so do you have something, for example, that is like, I'm just give you this cup. Do you have something that is similar, some object in your home that is very valuable for you, something that you say, okay, this is something that is really important for you?
First is my calculator.
hmm Okay,
Yeah.
why did you choose calculator? Why?
Because that I can do a lot of things like of course it's going to calculate addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and this can also calculate the square root, the fraction, and I can also like solving fractions that can go up to like squared. It's called
Mm-hmm.
squared fraction. I can check if my answer is wrong or not, and I can even like randomize a number.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are lots of more things. I can also
Mm-hmm.
like try if one number is when I put that number into the equation that is come from to a true statement. So I can do a lot of things here. This is like essential tools for math. that every secondary school students that definitely needs.
Okay, and how about okay, I understand, but this is something that is related about technology. Calculator is one piece of technology that you are using. Do you have any other object that is really important for you? For example, okay, I give you example, maybe this cup, but this cup is really valuable for me, very emotional valuable for me, because this cup my sister gave me for, I think, my birthday 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is emotional. So this is something that is really important for me, because I don't see my sister so much because she's living in another city, but she gave me this cup, and this is something, my favorite cup, and this is something that I like. Do you have an object like this, something that is valuable for you?
So I think that's is yeah, I think that about those souvenirs that I don't have any. I think besides that I just prefer like my phone. That is the thing that I desperately need.
Okay, and why? Why did you choose this phone?
I think it's both a entertaining tool and it's a both an entertaining tool and a like a communication tool. It can also help you do a lot of things. You know, that is a multifunctional tool. It's a lot of purpose.
Okay, it has a lot of purposes. Okay, yes, I think that I understand what you want to say. Okay, very nice. Now look at the photos and discuss the questions. Now, okay, can you please read the question number 1 and give me your answer?
Okay, what is an environmental artist and what do they do? In my opinion, environmental artists are a kind of artist that they draw pictures that related to the environment, or they can create. You know, the artists, they're not just draw, that they can create something like the picture you see above. So environmental artist is a artist that draw pictures that related to the environment.
Okay, and what do you think? What do you think about this occupation? About this, let's say, about this job? Do you find this job, for example, can be really interesting for you? So, what do you think about this job?
I think that these job are like I don't know what to say. Like I think that you don't know that I'm like I can't answer that. What do you think? Yeah, I
Yes,
think
but
that please don't ask me about what do you
do you?
think.
Yes, but do you have any opinion about this? Do you find this is interesting, not interesting? So I just want you to try to develop let's say your skills. So now this is the way how I can ask you. I can ask you, for example, okay, do you find this is interesting?
Yeah, I think that I find that interesting.
Okay, and why this is so interesting for you? Why?
I think that I find that interesting because there are a lot of ideas that an artist can choose to like draw the pictures. Like they can choose like the environment, but there are a lot of things like a I don't know say what like symbolize things like beach. I will send you some pictures because I don't know how to describe what these things said. Oh, wait me a little bit.
Okay, no problem.
Uh, so like these are a kind of image that is you have to know what is said. So this is the kind of thing that an environmental artist is said like this. So as you can see, that's what do you think these pictures mean? Yeah.
Okay. For the left picture, just let me make it bigger. On the left, if I see on the right, I think, okay, let's start on the right. On the right, for example, I think this is like books, and
Yeah.
books give you knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, if you're reading books, that means this rain gives you like water or food to your brain.
Yeah.
So I can say that that is a knowledge. Okay, books are represent here as a knowledge, but in the
Yes.
first picture, I cannot see clearly what is in hands.
It's money. It's
Money,
coins.
yeah,
Yeah, coins,
coins,
money. Yeah.
coins and money. Okay, so in this picture, particular picture, I think that this represent okay, something. Yes, it's important, but not the most important thing. And sometimes money can give you the blood, and this is something not good for your brain. Okay, so if you think that the money is the most important thing, that will not be for your brain. That will not be good for your brain.
Yeah. So
I
there
think.
are, I will send you another image, and then there is a word that describe these pictures. And this second picture, I think we'll explain it. That is, it doesn't care how much, like how much worth of supplies you have. If you don't know how to use them, that is all worthless. And there is a word that is describe. You know that a word that describe these kind of pictures depend on a art. I don't know what to say this word. I said it in chat box.
Let me check.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a kind of art, a kind of art that's called
Hyperrealism.
hyperrealism. That
Yes.
is the pictures that they like is draw them like it draw that is doesn't rely on real life. That is relies on like making the work, making the work.
Exactly. Okay, and yes, and like you mentioned, okay, you can have a lot of knowledge. Okay, but that doesn't mean that anything in the world. You need to have experience.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say knowledge here represents these ladders, but that doesn't mean that you will succeed in your life.
Yeah. You have to use. I think that it doesn't care that how many supplies you have. If they don't know how to use them, they just all worthless. You know that using two ladders that these people can climb the wall. But here there are hundreds of ladders, but they stack them like very randomly. So they can only cover of half of the wall. So the
Exactly.
ladder represent for the supplies you have, and this person that relies on what most of us do, that we don't know how to use those supplies. People who have less supplies but they know how to use and save them, that they actually worth is more worth than a person who have 100 times more but they have a stupid brain that they don't know how to use.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, so okay, what do you think? What is the most what is important, knowledge or experience?
I think that both of these are like both of these are important, but I think that you need to have knowledge before you go out for experience. You have the basic knowledge, so when you experience that you can actually covers a lesson from it. I think
Exactly.
that you know about reading books, right?
Yes.
Some people that reading books only to cover the actual faith that they're lazy. If you don't know how to read books, then people like if you don't know how to read books, you read 100 or even 1,000 of books that you don't cover any knowledge because you don't know how to read books, like how to read books. For example, that That is because that they don't focus on the books. When they read books, that the brain go to somewhere else, so they can't really like know anything. The brain will completely empty. Like you read a lot, but the thing that actual left on your brain is very tiny, like that. So I think that knowledge is the first thing that you need to have. Then you can go for experience.
Exactly. Okay. Yes, I completely agree with you about this. Okay. Now let's see now. Okay, so we have here. Okay, second question is really interesting. So can you please read the question number 2?
Okay. In what ways we can environmental art influence us? Do you think that is effective? Yeah, I think that is definitely influence us. I think it's effective because you know that the environmental art, that I think that they are very useful, that they teach us about lessons. Like, you know that these pictures that I sent you is actually kind of this. That is related on like environmental outside to teach you lessons. So this definitely influence us and everybody else.
Okay, and what can be effective in this situation? How can make it better? So
Oh, can you say again?
so how? Okay, so we have here. Okay, so influence. How influence can make it better? What do you think? Make it better.
Yeah, so I think that they uh so what I don't know what to say.
Okay, so in what? Okay, in what ways can environmental art influence us? Okay, do you think is effective? Okay, you mentioned that yes, it can be effective. Okay, so and I ask you how can make it better?
I think that they can how can we make it better? So I think that most artists that they're already pretty good. So I don't I don't know how to actually fix them. I'm not a criticize. So I don't know how to change about people about some artist pictures.
Okay, now question number 3.
We produce trash or born from trash and we will turn back to trash. What does the speaker mean? Do you agree? Why not? Uh, yes, I think that this is definitely true because that if you if you give life something, life will give you back the exact same thing. For example, that if you shout in a mountain the sentence, that it will the sound will hit. You know, sound is actually an object. Sound is an object. I think that you don't know this, but sound is actually an object, so it can reflect. So when it reflects, the mountain is will turn back and a loud sound that will appear. That is the sentence you have just said. So when we give life something, for example, when we are bad at life, when we are just when we are bad at life, we are doing a lot of bad things, then we will receive bad consequences. But of the opposite, if we doing good things, we help people and be a good people, then you will receive good benefits. So the whole purpose of this, it's when you give life something, life will give you back the exact same thing.
Okay, so now let's see. And can you tell me about Hanoi? Are there many trash in Hanoi? I just want to compare to my city. In my city, we have here a lot of trash. So can you please tell me?
I think that people are producing a lot of trash. Do you know that how much trash do people like throw in the ocean every year? You know,
How? No,
do you know
no,
that
no,
yeah,
no.
it's about 8 million tons.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that that is twice the amount of rice that Vietnam imports to another country, imports to a lot of more countries in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was 1 year. That is the earth that throw the trash, especially plastic, twice the rice that Vietnam imports in 2023. And tell you that Vietnam is a second import rice, just behind Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Okay.
that's 4 million tons per year, that twice. That's when we count from the sea, not from the ocean. And you know that's how much trash do people throw in the world for a minute? That is 2,500 kilograms. Yeah, you know that in 1 minute, the whole world's population throw out the amount of trash the same as a car. 1 minute a
Really?
car.
Really?
So 1,440 cars worth of trash will be thrown into the environment every day,
Mm-hmm.
in
Okay.
every second. So you know what the consequences in every second on Earth? 24,000 tons. Yeah, 24,000 tons in every single second melts from the surface. You know that's what that means. That is I think that like 12,000 the weight, ice weight, about 12,000 cars melts every single second. And lightning struck over 1,000 times in the world, producing enough energy to charge your phone for 15,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a fun fact that I want to say, that is Elon Musk. He made the yearly income of an entire American in 40 seconds. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that he made the yearly income of an American in 40 seconds.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, so every 1 minute, he can supply one American money for a year. So let's imagine that how many people can be helped by him like that. So I think that what to say about the environment that is very polluted right now, with some like huge number that is counts in less time, like tons per minute. I have to use that like I have to use that. Wait, can I go to drink some water? I talk a
Yeah.
lot
Yes.
and loud.
Okay. I will also go to drink water. No problem. Go. 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 Okay. No problem.
Okay, we're coming. I am coming back as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
Are you here?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So now, and what is the solution for people? Okay, people are throwing a lot of garbage. So what is solution for this problem?
I think there are a lot of ways, like reduce the trash, use disposable products, use plastic as less as possible, save energy. There's a lot. Use alternative energy.
Okay, okay, and what alternative energy they can use? So what is something that they can use?
Yeah, I think that is like wind or sun. Wind or sun.
Wind or sun. Okay, and now let's see. And we have here, okay, some objects that people. What do you think about recycling? Okay, so people can recycle trash. So what is okay? How what is the process of recycling in your country?
So recycling in my country is but I know that it's developed, but right now I don't see much change.
Okay, and yes, and what do you think? How that is? There are no changing in this show. Okay, so they can recycle paper and other things. So, what do you think about this? About recycling can be better in the future?
I think that in the future that is will be developed. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that can be developed in the future. Now we have here this picture. Okay, can you please tell me what can you see in this picture?
I see that is a hyperrealism picture, right?
Yes.
So a lot of people wait, I don't see it. A people are going to a McDonald's burger box with a gate, and lots of people are holding them.
Okay, so is McDonald's popular in your country?
It's not very popular. I think that KFC is more popular.
Really? How is this possible? And why? Why
I think that
KFC?
McDonald's is a burger that is Korean and it starts from America. So it's only popular there. Yeah, so you know that McDonald's that allow for some other countries to use that and makes more shops. So it's so in Vietnam that the Vietnamese that don't buy they don't buy this. For example, I don't know what to say. That is this. Wait, I think that you don't know this word, right? Wait for me a little bit. Wait, yeah, I think that you know about this word, right?
Let me see. Which word? Copyright. Copyright. Yes.
Yes. So you know that about the Marvel. I don't know that company, right? The film company. That they found another business way. You know what that is?
No. What
They
is it?
let other companies that use their copyright to make you know that cups like cups, shirts, trousers, clothes, etc. A lot of things that have the Marvel in them with some other characters. And you know that for every of like a copyrighted products that's been sold, that company have to pay Marvel 20 to 30%, because Marvel already like let that company use it. Let the company use it, so they have to pay money. So, but Vietnam don't buy the copyright of McDonald's, so it will be illegal to like having a shop that is like having a McDonald's in Vietnam, because Vietnam don't buy the copyright of McDonald's. You know, the KFC is from America, and
Yes, Kentucky
Vietnam
Fried Chicken.
already buy the copyright, so they can like open shop. But Vietnam have their own chicken that is also crispy and delicious. Vietnam also have. So yeah, that's why that McDonald's don't exist anywhere in Vietnam. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I'm pretty much aware of that. Okay, so this is something that I'm completely aware of that. But yeah, from the other hand, I can say that in my country where I'm now, okay, McDonald's is more popular than KFC.
Yeah.
So because people have more trust to eat McDonald's, but in my opinion, just one moment. In my opinion, I tried both of these food, and I want to be honest. I don't want to lie, but in my opinion, I think that neither one of these food is so it's not delicious, because I don't know how to describe it. I don't like to eat this food. Maybe just from McDonald's, I like to eat ice cream. Just maybe ice cream, and that's it. Nothing else. But other things, no. Because, I don't know. I can eat a lot of hamburgers and I will not be, okay, I will be hungry all the time. So this is about McDonald's, but I don't know about KFC. I tried it, but I'm not so delighted about this. Okay, now we have here questions number 2. Can you please read the question number 2?
What do you think about the artwork, and how do you think the artist want act to react? I think that the hardest part of this is like to explain what happened, like the hyperrealism I showed you. The hardest part is to know that what this said. So I don't think that what this picture actually represents for.
Okay, so that means that to represent something that is not, they want to say something that is not related to this word, or not related. Okay, they want to explain. Okay, this is just my opinion, of course. If you go there, you will become, for example, fat. Okay, so this is something that maybe can be an explanation for this. I'm not so sure. Do you know any other examples? For example, when you take a look on certain things, on certain commercials, or certain words, do you know any other thing that can be that have a different type of the meanings? Do you know some other things that have a different type of the meanings? For example, means something different. Do you know something like this? Okay, so you have a picture and show you something else in this picture. You need to find out what is happening in this picture. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, there is tons of them.
Like what? Okay, give me one example.
This picture.
Let me see.
Yeah. I will explain that not follow, that follow the rules, not always great. If you just follow, you will be as slow as each other. Instead, you should try out new ways to make things faster. Do you think it's true?
Okay, maybe yes. Okay, so if you do something else, if you are maybe yes. Okay, I can say maybe yes. I'm not so sure, but I can say maybe yes. Yeah. So
this one, another. This represents that what the purpose of the studying.
Let me see, just one moment.
There are 3 persons here, right? Do you know
Of
that
course.
the amount of books represents how much they're studying? The purpose of the study, is to see out further things. You know that a person who don't study anything can only see pictures, image. The person who study from medium, that they can see a little bit further, but not much. A person who study and hard working, they can see the sky that represents the future, good future.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you want the third one?
Of course.
Yeah. You can't go. You have to keep going forward because there's no way back. The word is development. The word is developed. You have to catch up with them because there's no way back. This is how the word represents. Old thing will be broken and new thing will be looking forward to. So you have to keep going. Otherwise, you will die exactly at the 30 because you can't keep up with the development.
Of
You think
course.
that, yeah, like that.
Yes, this is actually, I think this is actually truth. Okay, because I used to, we call this, okay, okay, so in my country we are saying, I will try to translate this in English. So we have once, you need to burn all the bridges behind your back to continue to move. So these rocks that is falling down, imagine those are bridges. If something is wrong, if something is bad, if something is not okay, so you need to burn this bridge or bridges and continue to move forward. Yeah. Okay, so we burn the bridges. Okay, if we translate like just one moment. I think that I told you the main point. Just one moment. Okay, so yes, burn the bridges. Okay, so you need to burn the bridges if you want to continue to move forward, because or we are saying, okay, so we have here one other saying. Okay, if you're holding the rope and someone pull you this rope, okay, so and it pulls very hard, so and you're holding this rope, okay, so your hands will be injured. Is that right? If you're
Yes.
And if you let go this rope, okay, you will have small injuries, but you will let go and you will not be hurt anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any other pictures that show something like this?
Yeah.
Okay, can you show me?
To be exact. Yeah. Wait, I think it seems that you like this topic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of people that you just see the sight, insights, benefit, and not looking to the future. Yes. A person who are really like they are very cold and they need fire. But there is a benefit that they will be warm. But the purpose they can't escape. So some people, this is the thing that a lot of people have, they just see the insight benefits and not looking forward to the future. For example, that some students that they're very lazy because they're just looking for the games, because of that is the insight benefit. But they don't know about what actually happened when they grow up. What can actually happen when they grow up.
Yes, that means the similar thing. You buried something that can be really, let's say, important for you. You buried the things that are, let's say, some things that are really important important for you in this particular case. Okay, so this is something that can be really important for you in your life. Okay, so and you practically you destroy that. So yes, I'm aware of that. You are destroying. You want to escape somewhere, and you're doing something that is not okay. Now, do you have any other example? Interesting examples you're having right here, I can say. Do you have any other?
Okay. I have. So let's see. So this is a picture that shows that show about the relationship between parents and the parents and the son.
Mm-hmm.
If you want the son to be like good in the future, don't destroy the dreams. If you destroy the dreams, if you destroy the future. So many parents that just I not say all, but some of the parents are like have to set the sons to be in a specific place and don't know about the talents. So you know that the scissors represents the cut and the wings that represents the dream and the talent of the son. If the parent destroy it, then don't think that the son will have a good future.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. I agreed with this one. Okay, so if the parents destroy, yes, this wings, this is something, yeah, or dream. Okay, so something that, okay, they can be something that can be valuable in this occasion. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you have here. Okay, I want to ask you. Okay, so I saw one picture of. This is something that represents now younger my generation. So not my people of my age younger than me. So they are having, for example, you have here a mother kangaroo. Okay, I don't have picture right now with me, but you have a mother kangaroo holding a. This is not a baby. Someone who is grown up in his belly, in his stomach, and represents. And this is something that represents like 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 a parent who take care of someone who is let's say old. That means that older than anyone else. So you have here a parent who a parent who is taking care of grown up person. So because now grown up people in my country or in other countries are still with their parents, and we think that this is not normal. Okay, if you are with your parents and you have if you are 35 or 40 years old, so this is not normal. What do you think about this? Is it okay to, for example, to move from your parents when you are young, or stay with your parents? So what do you think?
I think that you just go outside.
No. What do you think? Staying with parents when you are, for example, you're 40 years old and you're staying in the home with your parents. You don't have your wife, you don't have it with your family. You're staying with your parents. So what do you think about this? Is this normal? So what do you think?
So I think that you stay with your parents to actually take care of them, because they already spent all of the most beautiful time the of the life to take care of us. So we have to stay back to keep take care of them.
But if they are not so old, for example, if they are right now in let's say in a good shape, if they are not let's say if they are not sick, so you need to take care, you need to continue to grow with your family, to start your family. So for example, your grandparents, they are living alone, is that right? Your grandparents, they are living alone. Is that right?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, and with whom do they live? Do they live with do they live with your cousins, with your uncles?
My parents are living with me right now.
No, not your parents. No, not your parents. I ask you about your grandparents. I ask you
my
about your.
grandparents are living alone. Are living alone.
This is something that I'm. And how old are your grandparents? How old are your grandparents?
My grandmother, she born in 1954.
54.
Yeah. And
Okay.
my grandfather that he born in 1950.
Okay, so they are not so old. They are not so
Yeah.
old, and they are living alone. Is that right?
Yeah.
They are living
Right.
alone. Yes. So your parents, your parents, like let's say your father, your I don't know your does your father has brothers or sisters?
My grandparents.
No, your father. Your father. Does your father has any brothers or sisters? Your
No. No.
no.
Yeah.
And mom. How about your mom?
Also no.
Also
That
no.
my parents are either first son, only son.
Okay, so this is something that is happening. Okay, now let's see. And what do you think? What do you think about you in the future? Do you think that you will move from your grandparents to live alone to start your family? So what do you think about this?
So I think that you know that in Vietnam there is a tradition that when a girl that is married a boy, then the girl need to leave the parents to go live with a boy in a boy's house. So that is why there are a lot of boys about 25 to 30 years old that they decide to buy a house first and then decide to marry it.
Okay, so they want to decide to do that. Okay, and yes, okay, I'm aware of this. Now let's see. We have here. Okay, in your opinion, we have here environment, culture, history. So now, which one is the most important here? Environment.
Environment is the I think that like the red sign. You know that when you learn when you're listening to weather forecast, the red sign is a dangerous, right? So environment is a kind of red sign that is the most important out of the.
Okay, so environment, so people, okay, and how about culture? About culture, something that is unique in your country. Is culture important?
Uh,
Culture, for example,
yeah, I think the cultures they are very important, but not as important as the like I don't know what to say, but like it's not as important as the environment.
Okay, and why do you think so?
Uh, because the environment that right now there's in the red sign that is very polluted, very dangerous.
Okay, and how about history?
Um, history is like how I think I already discussed to you about how history that is very bad. You know that what the average score of a grade 12 the university test the history. You know what the score?
What?
It's the worst score of 4.7 out of 10. So it's like D in your country with compared to F, D, C,
This
B,
is
A, A
like,
plus.
okay, so in my country we don't
D.
have these grades. We have 1 to 5. 1 is the baddest in school, and 5 is the best. So
Yeah,
when you
so I
say
think that
something,
when
it's
compare, yeah.
2. It's
So
2.
when compare in comparison, that they only have about 5 out of 5.
Mhm.
Like 2. Yeah, 2.2 out of 5.
Mhm.
Very bad. The average score. And you know that the amount of students who have 9 or 10 is counts in fingers, which shows that history is very boring, so students have a very bad score.
Okay, so hmm. We used to speak about this topic before. Okay, I remember that we used to speak about, but I must say that I don't agree with you in one way, because you have here in your country, this is your history is very, let's say, rich. It's very, I would say, important part of you. You mentioned me so many times about, I learned so many things about Ho Chi Minh. You told me about Ho Chi Minh. And Ho Chi Minh is like someone who is really important in your history. Is that right?
Yeah, history is
Yes.
like a worst subject that ever be taught. From so many students consider that.
Yes, but I'm saying to you that, for example, okay, history maybe can be boring, maybe can be, but like I want to say that you're having in your history, okay, the most important, one of the most important people was Ho Chi Minh. Is that
Yeah,
right?
right.
Okay, so you told me so many stories about him. You told me
Yes.
that some about his way of thinking, how he
Personalities. Yeah, good
personality,
personalities. Yeah.
good personality. So you learned about him. Is that right?
Yes. I learned a
Yes,
lot. You know that
a lot.
from grade 4 to 9, that you know that there is at least about 1/4 of the curriculum that talk about Ho Chi Minh City from grade 4 to grade 9.
Dobro, do you
Yeah.
think this part is boring when you learned about Ho Chi Minh?
I think this part is the most interesting out of all of the history.
Yes. So this is the part of the history that you don't consider that is boring.
Yes.
So
Every
yes.
other is boring.
Okay. Uh, okay. What others? Okay. Can you give me one example of other history that can be boring for you?
For example, the world. The world.
World.
I think the history
Oh,
in the world.
okay. Yes, but what? Okay, history of the world. You have here different different type of the history. You have, for example, you are not familiar with my history, with Serbian history. So I suppose that you're not familiar with this history. Okay, so you basically you don't know, is this boring or it's not boring? So because you're not familiar with that, is that okay? Is that right?
Right?
Okay, so you have here maybe some parts that can be boring, maybe some parts that are not boring. But okay, let's stay on this. What part of the history is the most boring for you? Do you find the most boring for you? That when you study, which part is the most boring for you? When you say about the world, this is a huge topic. So what part is boring for you?
I think about the history around the world. I think it doesn't make any sense of learning them. Learning history
Okay.
in Vietnam is actually worth than like learning history around the world. I think it doesn't make any sense. Why would you ever
How?
do that? The whole purpose of I think that studying history in Vietnam is to know and to proud about the history that how or like or old generation that fight for the freedom. That is good. But how about the freedom around the world? We know about the World War II. I learned
Okay.
about it just 1 month ago, and I think it doesn't make any sense. Why would you ever want to like study history around the world? Like, for example, that in Europe or in Asia. Why would I have to learn it?
Uh, Okay, why do you want to learn about this? Okay, so did you ever heard about, for example, World War One? Not two, World War One. Did you heard about this?
No, I
No?
haven't. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, if we for example, if we um, do something like you're mentioned right now. So the World War One started in my country. So everything what happened in the World War One started in my country. So
Yeah.
okay, so you also have some famous people who used to live in my country. So if you're saying, for example, I'm just giving you an example, you know that, for example, Nikola Tesla, we spoke about him. Nikola Tesla was born in my country. Okay, so he's also part of the history. Okay, so you're okay. If we are saying, for example, that all the history and everything what is happening around the world, if I say, for example, I'm only interested in history that is happening in my country, and I don't care about other countries. So that's the way how I say, for example, that something is not good about other countries. But in my opinion, this is wrong, because you showed me a lot of things that happened, for example, in Vietnam. You taught me about Ho Chi Minh. You told
Yeah.
me really cool things about Ho Chi Minh. So, and I don't think that these things are boring or nonsense. If you say, for example, that history around the world is nonsense, in a way, you can say, for example, that history of my country is a nonsense. So you understand what I want to say? You
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
So yes, so the World War One started in my country. You have here in a history, you have here someone like Mikhailo Pupin. You have here like Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
They are from Serbia. They are
Yeah.
also part of the history, science and history. So this is very sensitive area. So I don't think that completely the whole history around the world is boring. So we cannot say this, because you have some parts that you learned, that you mentioned Nikola Tesla. You mentioned about some famous people like Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela is also part of South African history. So you mentioned earlier that he's a great man. Is that right?
Yeah.
So is that boring for you about Nelson Mandela, about Nikola Tesla?
I see that they are like I know about if I know about the person that is good, but if I don't know about the person that is bad.
Yes, but if you're saying, if you generalize, if you're saying everything, this is the reason why I ask you which part of the history is boring for you. So if you're saying, for example, that the whole history is bad or not interesting, I think in my opinion this is not good, because you're saying that all the history around the world is bad. And I proved to you, for example, that Nelson Mandela, about Nikola Tesla, that this type of the history that you mentioned before, it's not boring for you. So, in conclusion, okay, you have parts that are boring, I agreed, but you have also parts that are not boring.
Okay.
Okay, so we will stop here. Okay, now, okay, I have to go because I have another class. See you on Thursday, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye. Yeah. Bye.